Back at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, there's a scoring drive, 57 yards. It took 3:52, and Merrill Hodge goes in for his second touchdown of the day. And Pittsburgh 28-3 over New England with 5:26 left. And the Steelers will go to 8-7 as George Wansley runs under the kick for the Patriots at the 9. And goes down at the 25 to the 26-yard line where Dwight Stone comes down and makes the tackle. Cincinnati 52-0. They'll end the year next week at Minnesota. And Houston is at home against Cleveland. Cleveland leads over Minnesota. Herschel Walker has a touchdown in that game, but Kozar has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Now Green Bay will, if they can hang on and Minnesota loses, they would end up tied right now going to the last weekend in the NFC Central. Indianapolis lays it on Miami after the Dolphins jumped out, but San Diego on a Billy Joe Tolliver pass to Anthony Miller has gone ahead of Kansas City. That would wreck the Chiefs' playoff hopes. And Pittsburgh leads here over New England. John Stevens. And he runs out of bounds up the far sideline. Now, some of those scenarios, if those scores hold up, help Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 2 of them do. The Dolphins losing helps them. Kansas City, if they lose, would help them. But they needed today for the Cincinnati Bengals to lose a football game and for the Browns to lose a game. But right now, both those teams leading. There's the scenario again. If the Steelers are hoping to get into the playoffs, they need Buffalo to win the AFC East division. That's because the tiebreaker against Buffalo, against the Dolphins, they win that one.
And that is possible now because Miami is going to lose today. And there was the rest of the possibilities as the pass is complete to the rookie Hartley Dykes. Next week, Pittsburgh is at Tampa Bay.
Forced out of bounds by Woodruff.
Dykes back to the Patriots huddle. Next Sunday, on the final Sunday of regular season action, these games, the Raiders and Giants, Kansas City and Miami.
Their own 48-yard line.
Denver and San Diego as the 4 o'clock game. We'll have football action on Saturday, too. NFL Live next Saturday. And then the Bills and Jets at noontime. It all starts at noontime with NFL Live.
Wilson's pass intended for Pryor. Incomplete.
Now, next Saturday, the Bills and Jets are a game. Bob Costas and O.J. Simpson, a reunion for the Juice and the Electric Company. That great Buffalo line that led him on that way to that great rushing season.
And he'll never forget when he went over the 2,000-yard marker. I believe it was against the Jets.
At Shea Stadium.
Great snowstorm coming down, and the group that really carried him through the season, lifting him off the field and carrying him to the sidelines. A great moment in NFL history. And
they were so concerned that he wouldn't get it that day because of the snow. They had terrible field conditions there. And Hartley Dykes tiptoes along the sidelines, has the catch and a first down too. As we come down to 4:24 left in the game, this is our final regular season broadcast. Jimmy and I are off to various bowl games coming up on our championship Monday. And Jimmy, a great pleasure working with you this year.
Same here. I really enjoyed it, Jim. We've had a good crew too.
Our thanks to our producer John J. Filippelli and our director Bob Levy and Dick Ellis and Bridget Rooney and all the rest who have been with us around the stops around the NFL. Rick Strom, the rookie, was warming up as Mark Wilson airing it out for Cedric Jones, and Delton Hall was right over the shoulder on him, and the pass is incomplete. And we wish you all a very happy holiday season, and for the people back in New England, we wish the Patriots a lot of good health. They need that for next year. They certainly had a tough season this year.
And you can trace it back. It's difficult sometimes to trace the reason why a team falls off the edge during one particular season and goes to a losing record. But with the Patriots, there's really no question about it. It was purely due to injury. They had more injuries than any team in the NFL. As we said earlier, 18 on the injured reserve list. They lost 9 for this season. They had 2 physically unable to perform. The list goes on and on and on.
Second down and 10. Delton Hall, it looked like slipped in the icy part of the end zone. Nice catch by Lynn Dawson across the middle. And Dawson, the tight end, brings it down near the Pittsburgh 25-yard line. So the field is frozen on the outskirts, especially over on the corners of the end zone. That's where Hall slipped on the coverage there. It might have turned an ankle. Shotgun. Up high goes Fryer, but he can't come down with the ball. Lost it at the 17.
Wilson's pass intended for Fryer. Incomplete. Second down 10.
And it will be 2nd and 10. So the Steelers' record of never going below 500 at home will be safe as they'll end up 4-4 here at Three River Stadium.
Yeah, they began their play here at Three Rivers in 1970, and what a decade they went through during that period. And here it seems like they're beginning to turn the corner again. This has been a fruitful season for the Steelers, whether they make the playoffs or not.
2nd down and 10. Nice catch, Hartley Dykes down to the 6-yard line. Boy, what a nice grab by Dykes. And boy, he's had a nice ball game for New England. Hartley Dykes, the rookie from Oklahoma State.
Now, the biggest thing he's showing is a lot of heart. He doesn't have the greatest speed in the world, but again, he's catching football over the middle, taking the big hit, and making the big play for the Patriots.
See if New England can punch it in. Look out, Wilson gets away from Keith Willis. Near side, lobbing it up into the end zone, and it's incomplete. And the crowd saying that he intentionally grounded that one. Dykes today has 9 catches for 109 yards just to get back to the rookie number 88, Hartley Dykes. With 3:21 left, though, Mark Wilson got away from a sack by Willis, but then still couldn't find anybody to throw to. You know, go back to the Steelers a second. When you really take a look at this team, now they're 8-7 when they win today. Remember, they lost their first 2 games of the season, and they were outscored 92-10, and they wanted this guy to step down at that time. I mean, people were saying the game had passed them by.
You know, you hear that so much. They were saying it about Don Shula in Miami. They were saying about Chuck Noll in Pittsburgh. These guys just have greater experience. That's all they have.
John Stevens can't find running room. Got away from 1 tackle, but it's dropped down at the 5 by Tim Johnson and David Johnson. 3:08 left, and it's 3rd down from the 5.
Gain of a yard, 3rd down, 5.
So Chuck Noll has turned the corner with this team.
And when you think about it, he has to receive some consideration for Coach of the Year in the NFL. I mean, whether they make the playoffs or not, the turnaround has been remarkable.
2:48 left. Wilson stands up straight, fires. No, Hartley Dykes can't hang on. Coverage by Delton Hall, who comes back in after turning his ankle a few plays ago. But Hartley Dykes cannot hang on in the end zone. So it will be 4th down, and New England will go.
Dykes on the outside with a good movement across, and not a bad throw by Wilson. He really stretched out for it, but had an opportunity to come down with the catch. I keep waiting for them to send Dykes into the corner of the end zone with that the size advantage that he has over most defensive backs.
And kind of alley-oop one into him. 2:45 left. It's 4th down from the 5. Oh, that's gone. That one had no chance at all. It looked like, I guess he was throwing for Fryer. So again, they can't punch it in. I mean, they've been down there 3 or 4 times.
It's been the story of the day for the Patriots, driving from 30 to 30. They've looked like a championship team, but 30 to the goal line, they've just been inept all afternoon.
More football today on NBC. The Bills and 49ers are waiting out at Candlestick, ready to go. Second half of the doubleheader. You'll see that right here coming up next for most of you on these NBC stations. Rick Strom is in at quarterback now. Strom's in his first year from Georgia Tech. Kind of a funny story about Strom, and I'll relate it to you after this first play as the ball is out at the 5-yard line. And he hands it off. They give it to Worley. Worley should be up near 100 yards if he gets 1 on that play. Strom had to take the last snap against Houston a couple of weeks ago because there was a penalty that ended the half, and they had to run 1 more play. Well, Brister had gone to the locker room by that time, and they couldn't find him down the tunnel. So they just kept on going, and they called Strom out to take the snap. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the National Football League is prohibited. This game is the property of the National Football League, New England Patriots, and Pittsburgh Steelers. All rights reserved.
Well, what a game Merle Hodge has had this afternoon. I mean, when you look at their running attack, he's really performed well, and he'll get our MVP vote this afternoon.
So it's time for the Most Valuable Player Award. Jimmy just gave it away. Sponsored by Budweiser. Today's MVP is Merle Hodge from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's games.
Another story about Rick Strom. He competed in the punt, pass, and kick as a youngster here at Three River Stadium. Didn't win it, but as a young man, he was here at 9 years of age, and now lining up as a real Steeler.
It's Tim Terrell, the running back out of Northern Illinois, and he brings it out near the 10-yard line. Thanks to our spotters today, Tim Fogarty and Mike McGinley, and our stats crew, George Jordan and John Rooney. All right, let's check in around the league again, as some games should be close to being in final capacity. Cincinnati, big winner. Cleveland hanging on at home against Minnesota. Green Bay is up their lead over the Bears to 9 points. Boy, Green Bay, what a story they have been under Lindy and Fonte. Miami is out of it today. Indianapolis beats them. San Diego beating Kansas City 20-13. Most people felt the Chiefs, if they got into the playoffs, would be tough to knock out. Their chances would take a serious blow today, though. And Detroit, 33-0 as Wayne Fonts up at Lion Country has had his team on a roll now for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
You know, getting back to that Houston and Cincinnati game, you have to wonder what kind of a psychological blow that is to the Oilers, being beaten by 52 points in the next to the last week of the season. They still have a shot at winning the AFC Central if they can beat the Browns next week at the Astrodome. But
such a different team, though, right? At home,
completely,
and on the road.
We've seen them just be dominating at home, and as they've shown today, just a lackluster performance on the road.
Worley gets the carry, and Worley now is over 100. He's at 103 yards rushing, and I'm sure there are many more 100-yard rushing days in his career. He has come on in the last 5 or 6 games of the season. Go ahead, head to the car, start it up.
Hey, if you're here this long, you may as well wait the last two minutes and 18 seconds.
4th down, Newsom back to kick.
Yeah, I hope it starts, Jimmy.
Pryor back to receive for New England.
So the ball is out over the 10-yard line. Pittsburgh did not get the first down, and Harry Newsom will punt, and Irving Fryer is back deep for the Patriots. New England has been held without a touchdown today. 28-3, Steelers lead. And waiting for the snap now. As they're using up as much clock as the game clock hasn't started, so they're using up no clock, just on the play clock. Newsom punts it away. Fryer makes the fair catch at the 45.
Pryor taking the kick.
And that's where New England will start, at their Pittsburgh 45-yard line with 2:11 left. And Mark Wilson comes back, as they were stopped on a 4th down and goal from the 5 the last time. Steeler defense doing a great job in the second half, especially when last week they had a shutout against the Jets, so they didn't allow any points there. Look at that defensive play flying in. Rod Woodson, boy, he can make up ground so quickly, and Chuck Noll says, you know what, he knows it too, and sometimes he sits back and waits, and his advantage is his speed.
Well, you have to have a great deal of confidence. If you're going to play cornerback in the NFL, you have to have tremendous confidence, and he does. Take a look at 26. That's Woodson. Now watch the makeup speed. Clearly he's beaten on the pattern, but he's never completely out of a play, no matter how much he's fooled by a pattern.
2nd down 10 after the incompleted pass. Oh, right on the numbers, and Lynn Dawson cannot hang on. David Johnson over the top to help out on coverage. You could hear that one hit the shoulder pads of Lynn Dawson.
Dave Johnson. 3rd down 10.
3rd and 10, that's how it went. 7-3 after 1, 14-3 at the half, and the Patriots blanks in the 3rd quarter, and so far here in the 4th too, as the Steelers, the model of consistency, one in each quarter, getting it done today.
And now this Steeler defense has not given up a touchdown in 2 straight football games. Their confidence has to be riding high. And the other good point is that even if they do not make it into the playoffs this season, ending on this positive a note makes for a good off-season workout program, a good preseason, and that's the impetus to have a championship year.
3rd down 15.
Well, the penalty is on New England, so it becomes 3rd down and 15. Here's the center, 68, Mike Babb, who was with Cleveland, brought over last year just before the opening game. Then he got in there and replaced Trevor Manich, didn't he, who was a former #1 draft choice. And he's been in there solid as the Patriots center. Wilson down the middle, Fryer's open. He has it, and a first down to the 33-yard line. And we are under 2 minutes now. 1:54 left here in Pittsburgh as the Steelers rolling to a win over New England, 28-3. We'll be back.
2 minutes remaining to be played.
You hear the thunder, the call of the road.
Moving quick and with purpose. That's the whole idea behind Pontiac's newest Grand Prix.
Get on your Pontiac and ride, Pontiac ride.
Introducing the first Grand Prix ever with 4 doors. The new Grand Prix Sports Sedan.
Build excitement.
Now get 4.8% financing on every new Grand Prix during Pontiac's All-Out Excitement Closeout.
Okay, have it your way. You can't change pollution. You can't change the deficit. You can't change the price of bread. But you gotta start somewhere. I mean, take your clothes, for example. If you just get out of that monkey suit, you might get a positive attitude going. I mean, the world could be your oyster. Oyster, well, it's an acquired taste that usually takes time.
So, did you break him, Raj? Break him? I own him. That horse and I are one. We achieved a special kind of oneness. Man and beast. Speaking the same language.
What's that mean? Means they'll be talking again tomorrow.
Back in Pittsburgh. Oh, it's a lonely day in the seats, a cold day in the seats. Bing Crosby playing over the public address system, and you like to be with friends today, huddled up in a nice warm blanket. That's enough of that.
You're still into the deal. We've got the hand warmers. I mean, we've been prepared in the booth. Down on the field, it's been about -5 degrees with the wind chill, and up here in the booth, not much warmer. But been a pleasant afternoon nonetheless. Good football.
Absolutely.
First and 10.
Nice bit, Jimmy. All right, Mark Wilson with 1:50 left. He airs it out, looking for Cedric Jones, and Delton Hall is there with the right-hand knockaway.
A bit underthrown by Wilson. He had Cedric Jones down the sideline by a good step. Take a look at the end of the play. He's got him beat by a good yard, but has to wait to come back to the football, and Hall had enough to come back and just knock it away.
1:48 now left, and it will be 2nd down and 10. Well, the Steeler fans, those that have been here today, when the scores have been flashed up on the scoreboard, they've been watching and cheering when they know that the combinations are right to get their Steelers into the playoffs, when the teams that they need to lose are losing, and that is happening today. Some of those combinations are right for them.
Wilson's pass intended for Dykes. Incomplete.
The Bills and 49ers next on doubleheader day here on NBC. Buffalo comes in at 8-6. San Francisco at 12-2. They already have home field all the way through. They locked that up on Monday night when they beat the Rams. The Bills are not in yet. And that's coming up next. Bills and 49ers.
Third down.
Their penalty on the Patriots is declined. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. So it will be 3rd down and 10. Wilson's put it up 50 times so far this afternoon. 50 pass attempts. And now 51 is a catch by Marv Cook. And Cook is out inside the 30 at the 29, and they'll come up 4th down.
Forced out of bounds by Dave Johnson.
It's amazing just how many times they've crossed the 50-yard line going in and have not gotten any points out of it today.
266 yards. So on paper, it looks like a great day except for the no touchdowns. The 1 interception. Very little running game here by the Patriots today.
And that's been their basic problem this afternoon. Now, Wilson has not performed that poorly. And in spurts, he's been terrific.
Oh, look at Aaron Jones. 97 was across the line of scrimmage as Wilson throws on 4th down, and Hartley Dykes tries to stretch out and make the catch.
Wilson's pass intended for Dykes.
But they'll get the Steelers for being offside, and that will make it 4th and 1 instead of 4th and 6.
Offside. Number 97 defense. 4th down.
Kenneth Sims on the Patriots bench.
4th down and 1.
There's the jump inside. On the other side of the ball, Keith Willis was a good 2 yards into the backfield, so the Steelers had several people to choose from.
A minute 30 now left. 4th down and 1. They give it off to Perryman. And Robert Perryman cuts inside the 20, inside the 15, has a 1st down at the 13-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Taken out of bounds by Griffin.
There he is, Robert Perryman out of the University of Michigan.
Now, these fans are something, aren't they? They're still going to hang out. They're just waiting and sitting, and despite the cold temperature, it's kind of like, you know, let's play 2, or Ernie Banks thought. Let's have a doubleheader. We'll sit out here and watch it again.
A lot of snow here Friday. Some great camera shots now.
We didn't say they were watching it. We said they were here.
Wilson on 1st down, end zone for Cedric Jones. Touchdown, New England. As he had possession right on the back line, and Cedric Jones, who's been working on Delton Hall all afternoon, especially late in the game, catches the Mark Wilson touchdown pass with a minute 16 left.
And a smile breaks down the face of Mark Wilson. I tell you, they deserved it after all this. They've gone up and down the field, but denied in the end zone. A nice decoy by Cedric Jones, waiting till the last second to look up for the football, and that's what fooled Hall into the end zone.
So Cedric Jones with the touchdown catch as he held on to it waist level. Mark Wilson holds. This is all he was doing while they were for the Patriots earlier this season, just holding. Starofsky with the extra point, and he squeezes it through.
It gets good.
New England's on the board with a touchdown. They trail 28-10, and we have a minute 16 left. We'll be back.
Now, the way you vacuum your rug can be the way you vacuum your bug. But only with the powerful new Car Vac Power Brush from Black & Decker. It's the first vacuum that's at home in your car.
Maybe you can't avoid winter, but you can sail right through it in the Caribbean, Florida, or Hawaii. Let American Airlines take you where.
There's something special in the air.
28-10, the Patriots on the board with a touchdown catch by that man, Cedric Jones.
And he's really been the most productive receiver the Patriots have had all year long. He's been in there replacing everybody you can name. Stanley Morgan went out with the injury. Pryor was gone with the injury, but Cedric Jones has been the most consistent that Raymond Berry has relied on all season long.
A minute 16 left. Steelers will take the kickoff back. Dwight Stone is going back deep on the sideline. There's Bubby.
What was your impression in our meeting with him yesterday?
Oh, I thought he was as loose, you know, really a lot of fun to talk to.
Very open.
Very, very open.
Not afraid to tell you what the game plan is or what his thoughts for the upcoming season might be.
What would you say he's a combination of? I mean, when he's on the field with some of his, you know, rah-rah gestures, you can see a little bit of Bradshaw in him there.
Well, as far as ability is concerned, he's got a tremendous arm. He's got maybe an arm that he really doesn't know what to do with just quite yet. I mean, he throws a lot of heat to people, and sometimes he needs to take something off it.
Onside kick attempt by New England. Ball is loose. Ball is bounding around, and I think the Patriots might have it. Let's see. They're pointing like they had it. Yes, George Wansley comes up with the recovery for New England as it bounced off one of the Steelers. And then number 35, George Wansley. That was well done by the Patriots. Starofsky with a bullet to the front line. Perfectly done, and Wansley comes up with the attempt. Here it is again. Look at Eric Sievers marching the troops down. He was, you know, he was on his way to West Point one time. He was, he comes from a military background. He looked like a drill sergeant there, and there's the recovery.
It's tough to be on that team, that so-called good hands team, trying to recover the onside. It's especially tough when it's this cold, you've been standing on the sideline for a long period of time. Tough play for the defenders.
The ball hit off Thomas Everett. Wilson in trouble, throws. Cedric Jones was the intended receiver, and it's incomplete down at the 30-yard line. Keith Willis was right on the back of Wilson in the pocket and almost brought him down. We're down to 1:11. Second down and 10. Pittsburgh wins today. They go to 8-7. New England's loss makes them 5-10. And Wilson back again for Hartley Dykes, and it's incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Dykes, incomplete.
Raymond Berry said to us last night this team had more character than anyone he's ever been associated with, and he included the days that he played his own playing days in the pro ranks, and they showed a lot of heart today. You never got the feeling that they were going to give up on it, and they had every excuse to give up. It's cold. They're out of the playoff picture. They're down by 18 points, and here they are with 1:06 left, still going after it.
Well, the Steelers are in the neutral zone again, and they made contact. Tim Johnson was in there. Let's see what the call is. Johnson saying that he was drawn off. So the officials huddle, and Tom Dooley.
We reset the clock to 1:06. We have false start, offense, third down.
All right, let's check the scoreboard now. Houston got on the board. It's 58-7. Minnesota goes ahead at Cleveland 17-14. And the Browns would be in big trouble if they lose that one. Now, Green Bay needs a Minnesota loss. Indianapolis has beaten Miami. The Dolphins' playoff hopes are really in trouble now, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got to win next week if they've got a shot. The 4 o'clock game's Atlanta on the board against Washington, 3-0.
And remember, coming up is a Hartley Dykes catch, and then right after that, and under a minute, the Bills and 49ers.
And that's a big game with a lot of playoff implications for the AFC. The Bills can take it all in the AFC East if they can win this afternoon. Now that the Dolphins lost at the Dome in Indianapolis.
10 catches for Hartley Dykes for 130 yards. Wilson drops it, picks it up, runs with it. This is like touch football on the sidewalk right there as he goes out of bounds with 29 seconds left.
But again, showing more movement than I ever remember Mark Wilson having to get out of bounds with the football.
Remember, the Bills and 49ers are underway, and we'll send you out to Candlestick Park in San Francisco with Dick Enberg and Bill Walsh right after we finish up here.
And the reason the Bills can wrap up the AFC East title today is that if they would win, they would go to, let's see, 9-6. The Dolphins are 8-7. The best they can hope for is a tie with the Bills if that's the scenario, and ties go to the Bills because they beat the Dolphins twice during the season.
28 seconds left. Wilson looking for Hartley Dykes. The step in and the interception by David Johnson at the 1-yard line. And the day for Mark Wilson is over. With 22 seconds left, Pittsburgh will just run it out, and this one will be over. 41 takeaways. Wow, 20 interceptions, 21 fumble recoveries. And they had to come, you know, to lead in that category. They really had to come a long way because they had such a dreadful start of turning the ball over themselves. And their opening game against Cleveland, I think they turned it over about 6, 7, 8 times.
Right, and then they really turned it around then offensively and have not given the ball up much in the latter part of the season.
The ball is at the 1-yard line. It's first down and 10 as Rick Strom takes it down. You know, he has to watch out. He can't take a knee. If he takes a knee down, he'll go in for safety. So he kind of pushes forward. And Noah was warning him, you know, that you can't do that. That's going to do it. As the Steelers are heading to the locker room, Chuck Noll is heading over to Raymond Berry to congratulate each other after this one, as this ball game's over, and the Pittsburgh Steelers end their home season with a win, which is exactly what they needed. The Steelers beat the New England Patriots 28-3. Raymond Berry has one more game left in a long season against the Rams next week. As for the Steelers, still hoping for the playoffs, they go to Tampa Bay next week. 28-10, they beat the Patriots. This is Jim Donovan along with Jimmy Cephalo saying so long from Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Once again, our final score, the Steelers 28, the Patriots 10. Now coming up next on NBC Sports, the second half of our NFL doubleheader. You'll see Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills take on Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers. Have a nice holiday, everybody, and goodbye from Pittsburgh.
It's a glorious Yuletide celebration. Starring Olivia Newton-John, Vic Damone, and Diane Carroll. Join the First Family for Christmas in Washington, Monday.